Violent youth crime. It's not something that we normally associate with the decade following the end of World War II and the slightly later Korean conflict. Usually, these are the types of images that we associate with the carefree years of the 1950s and early 1960s. Or, to be more precise, these. However, violent youth crime was a genuine concern during that time, and this concern over what used to be referred to as juvenile delinquency genuinely scared the daylights out of many parents, teachers, and other adult authority figures, often to the bewilderment of their children and students, most of whom were law-abiding, generally didn't have much interest in the current events of their youth, due to responsibilities with school, work, extracurricular activities, and honestly pursuing each other, as well as the then non-existence of social media, were often unaware of what some of their same-age contemporaries were doing, both to each other and sometimes even to adults. And when we say juvenile delinquency, we are not referring to hubcap stealing or chewing gum in class. We don't mean this. More on how that primarily fictional image came to be at the end. For viewers who prefer their 1950s narrative to be along the lines of this, go to the top right and click for the options to hide and stop seeing videos like this, as 1950s fans and historians were about promoting reality while researching and reaching out to fellow like-minded 1950s fans. Since these have been the dominant image for decades for the 1950s, this video is for us. Now that that's out of the way, here are a few examples, a brief introduction, of real-life historic 1950s youth crime, the type of which caused a decade-long panic, nearly destroyed an American visual and print art form, and even caused a raw American style of music to shy away from its original roots into a more parent-acceptable sound. Seriously, the panic also gave us some classic movies and even a beloved musical stage play. And many of us thought the 1950s was solely about fins, sock hops, and hula hoops.